Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bazil. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for watching. This week we're going to be talking about payment models and how three different styles can affect the game and possibly hurt it if they choose to go down a certain path. And this is all my personal opinion, so take it as such. Let's get started, guys. The first payment model I want to go over is Dota 2. Dota 2 is free to play. All the heroes are available from when you install the game. This means you're not blocked by any gated content. The only content you're going to be paying for is voiceovers, HUD skins or UI skins. You got these cool treasures that have like these bundle packs that are generally around $2 to $4, and they're actually really affordable, and probably one of the best deals in the entire game. There's no in-game currency. It's all real, actual dollar amounts. So they're able to price it very fairly. So a skin is anywhere between, I think, $1 to $10 to $12 for your legendary or your really cool skins. A lot of those have to do with like the professional teams or a skin that offers a lot of really cool particle effects, custom icons, sounds, that kind of stuff. So Dota 2 is probably the best free-to-play model in existence right now. It's the same thing as Team Fortress 2 and a lot of other Valve games. Now, the main reason this probably is not going to work for Gigantic is because Valve has so much money they don't really know what to do with it, so they just kind of throw it at different places. And wherever it sticks, it sticks. And a lot of the times that ends up in Dota 2, and they're able to really just kind of go, okay, we're just going to have everything for free, and here's all this really cool stuff that you can purchase. And they even give 50% of anything that the community creates back to the community developer themselves. So that's just fantastic. I think they're the only company that actually does this as far as community-created content in a video game. Don't quote me on that. That might be incorrect, but I think they're one of the few, if not the only company that actually does that, which is really awesome because some people are able to make this actual full-time job when they create skins and that kind of stuff for the heroes. So Dota 2, an excellent payment system, mainly because it's free-to-play and there's no gate to learning anything. It's a very high skill cap, of course, but the way that it works is there's really no detriment to having all the heroes unlocked. It's a little bit overwhelming, sure, but every hero is viable, every hero is good. You just got to learn how to play. And that I think Gigantic would be a good pursuer of this model once things started rolling. Now, this probably wouldn't be implemented within the first year. I would say maybe year 2 or 3. Once the game got rolling and once the game got enough community support and enough people willing to just pour in content, they can possibly adopt the Dota 2 model. But we'll see. I think Gigantic right now is on the precipice of doing really well depending on what their payment model is. I really think that's going to be the key factor in this game's success. The art looks fantastic. The combat looks fantastic. The balance is going to be top-notch because just the way there's no items and all the heroes are just designed to really kind of take control of the combat system and use it to their advantage. I'm not going to go in depth about that, but you can watch my other video somewhere on the screen, shameless plug, woo, and we will go over that in that video. But this video is about payment models, so let's move on to Smite. Hi, viewer. How's it going? Smite is also free to play. It's not really a shocker that most of these MOBAs are free to play. Now, Smite is a third-person MOBA, which it's like Gigantic, but it's still in that 3-lane setting. They don't have a horrible business model, but there is a few things that really kind of turn me off from unlocking heroes with in-game money type of things because it can feel very grindy. Now, of course, it's free to play. They have a weekly free hero rotation. They also have a number of gods, which is what they call their heroes in the game. free forever. So it's like the few starting gods that were actually in the alpha and beta that were like kind of like their first creations that are free. And they also have a weekly free rotation, so you get those plus the free rotation, which is actually a really, really good system. The heroes can be unlocked with in-game currency. It's a little grindy, but it's actually not that bad in terms of ratio play time to actual unlocking things. So that's actually really cool. They have voice packs. They have skins, which you can purchase with in-game currency, which you buy gems with real-life money. Now, I've never been a big fan of pay X amount of dollars, get X amount of fake currency. I'd rather just pay X amount of dollars for X amount of stuff, which is what Dota 2 does, but Smite, unfortunately, kind of fell into that trap of in-game currency, and their in-game currency is gems. Now, the really cool part about Smite and their payment model, which is what I think Gigantic would be the most beneficiary of, is Smite. And that would be you can unlock everything previously unlocked and released forever for $30. And that is an incredible deal. I have paid for that way back in the beta. And I don't play the game anymore, but I don't feel like it was a waste of money because whenever I go back to Smite, I can try any of the gods I want for free, and I don't have to grind to get them. Some may argue, well, this kind of makes it so if a new player plays this, they're not going to do well in feed, but I mean, if all the heroes are unlocked, a new player comes, they're going to feed regardless, so it doesn't really matter. It's still supporting the company, but you're getting a ton more bang for your buck, and if you enjoy the game, they kind of use that as candy to say, hey, you have all the gods, here's some really cool skins. And Smite has some fantastic skins. Ao Kuang is still my favorite god, but they have a Chinese dragon of him, which is just awesome, and then a ghost version, which is cool. They have a couple tribes skins for certain heroes because of the tribes ascend and that kind of stuff. But this payment model, I think, would work really, really well for Gigantic. The main reason is because this allows them to have a free rotation. It allows them to have X number of gods free forever. Depending on how many they actually have at launch, this would be between 5 and 7. So they have 5 and 7 heroes, or well, whatever they're calling their gods or heroes in Gigantic. I don't think they've actually picked a name yet. Because I know the Guardians are the big giant guys. Then we have the heroes. So we'll just go with heroes for now. And I think that Smite's payment model would just work very, very well. Because, again, it gives them the chance to say, you can unlock everything we've made and will make in the future for X amount. I'd even pay $50 for it, which is completely reasonable because it's an investment, time investment type of thing, which is, I think, another reason that people buy gold a lot in MMOs, kind of going off a sidetrack here for just a moment. Because think about it, if a business guy who works 60 hours a week likes to play an MMO but doesn't have time to grind everything, well, they're going to go off and spend their money on gold. So to them, they're justifying it, which is technically illegal, but time investment-wise, it makes sense. So I think Gigantic would really benefit from the time investment type of unlock. I really hope they don't do in-game money to in-game currency. I really want them to stay away from that, mainly because it's more math, and a lot of the way that they do it is I don't want to say dishonest, but if we look at League of Legends model, and we'll actually jump to League of Legends here since we're segueing into it. If we look at the League of Legends model, the Riot Points, which is what you pay real-life money to get Riot Points to then unlock stuff, and they also have in-game currency. And a lot of the times you have to spend double the threshold. So say a hero cost... I'm just using flat numbers. These aren't the actual numbers. So say a hero cost 100 Riot Points. Well, you can get 90 Riot Points for $2. So you would then have to spend an extra $2 to go above the 100-point threshold to get that hero. So they essentially force you to buy an extra, I guess, layer of in-game currency to unlock this hero instead of just paying the $2 to unlock the hero. And that to me is really, really dishonest. And I feel really doesn't merit a good community to developer community kind of relationship, because I feel that if you're going to have in-game currency, now Smite does this too. I'm not letting them off the hook, but they're a lot better at it. They're a little bit more fair in the way that they kind of do things. They price things a little bit more evenly. But the way League of Legends works is it's free to play, obviously. They have a weekly free rotation. They have heroes that can be unlocked with in-game currency called influence points. But unfortunately, it is extremely grindy, and that is just where I do not agree with them at all. I understand that you want to encourage players to pay lots of money, and whatever. But if you're going to do that, don't make it so grindy where a new player like myself has to spend a month or so to unlock a hero or play all the time, which is really what happens in League of Legends. Now, I have not played League of Legends in about 2.5 years, mainly because I play Dota 2. I just enjoy the game better, blah, blah, blah. And from what I've asked my buddies about and read, it has gotten a little bit better. They used to have a pretty horrible practice with releasing overpowered heroes, charging $20 for the hero in a skin pack, 2 weeks later nerfing the crap out of it. And that's how they made a lot of their money for a good number of years. And I think that since they've gone away from that model, it's definitely a lot better. But I think the League of Legends model is not the correct choice. They do have skin packs. They have skin packs plus the heroes, which every MOBA seems to have this now. Of course, you can unlock heroes with Riot points or in-game currency. And the one thing that I don't want Gigantic to do, please don't do this. I will just please don't do this, is have some sort of rune system that boosts stats, which just is stupid. Don't do it. Dawngate did it. I left that because I was like, I don't want to play League of Legends. This is dumb. I don't want to have to grind for heroes and then obligatory stats that have no point in things at all. I mean, Blizzard was doing this, and they listed, and they're like, we're going to take it away, and I applaud Blizzard for doing that to their Heroes of the Storm. I'm not talking about that because I have not played it, and I don't want to talk about something that I have not played. That would be unfair. So don't do that, Gigantic. Don't do that, Motiga. Don't put runes in your game. Now, if you're going to put runes in your game and it's free to everybody, no matter what level they are, awesome. That's fine. Do not make it a requirement to play the game at top level, because the stat boosts that you get from tier 1 to tier 3 runes is ridiculous. Total Biscuit did a video on this explaining everything, and if you want to watch it, go watch it. Lots of math involved. I'm not doing that. So the main premise for the payment model, I think, is when you have something that encourages players to not only get on every day and play, but throw a couple bucks at every so often. You know, maybe 2 to 3 times a month. If they can afford it 2 to 3 times a week, I would highly recommend doing that. So I think doing a combination of Smite and Dota 2 is probably the best way to go. Smite, in terms of have the super booster pack, hero pack thing for $30 to $50, even make it the price of a full game. I think that's a good time investment. And of course, throw other things in there too. Maybe a badge, maybe a cool icon, forum title. I don't know, a special skin. I don't know, something to incentivize people paying that extra money that you want. And if you charge $30, you charge $30 and just have all the heroes unlocked. That's awesome. So I think that taking away from everything, Dota 2 works really well if you're Valve and have a lot of money. Smite works really well if you are a small indie development company and don't have a lot of money, but have enough money to throw content out at a reasonably high rate. I think that the main reason that Smite is doing so well is probably because of their payment model, because it's really, really fair. It's a fun game, and it encourages you to come back every so often and say, I can play a couple hours, halfway unlock something, come back a week later, play a couple hours, and halfway unlock something. Unlike League of Legends, where you can play a couple hours and it just takes forever to unlock stuff. And Dota 2 obviously is free, but that's not going to work for Gigantic because they're such a small game right now. once they get big, I think they might be able to adopt the Dota 2. But for now, I think that Smite is the correct way to go for the gigantic payment model. And I hope to see the developers be really open and, I guess, kind of forthcoming with the community and say, hey, what do you guys want to see? We're going to try this, we're going to try that, and all this other fun stuff. Lastly, please do not start charging things, money or otherwise, in the alphas and betas of your game. Just don't do it. If you're charging money, your game is no longer qualified as an alpha or beta because you're charging real-life money and you expect people to pay for things. I hate when people do that. It just... If you want me to test heroes, don't make me pay for them because that's crap. Smite did it. League of Legends did it. Dota 2 did not do it, shockingly, because they're Valve and they're awesome. Blizzard's doing it because they're calling it a technical alpha. I'm doing air quotes. Technical alpha makes no damn sense. It's pretty much just a demo. I mean, let's be honest here, Blizzard. It's not an alpha. You have no idea what an alpha is anymore. Now, their Warlords of Draenor beta is actually a pretty good beta because they were missing textures. That was fun and weird. But I digress. Anyway, let's not get on a tangent here. That's pretty much everything I want to talk about for this week's Gigantic video, guys. I do appreciate you watching and, I guess, partaking in my ramblings. But if you guys made it all the way through the end of this video, type something that has to do with payment model. Payment model is the keyword this week. And that's it. That's all, guys. God bless. Have a wonderful day. And cue the end card. Woo! Peace. Bye, guys. Hey guys, Baz here again. Thank you very much for watching. Videos like this are made in part by Audible.com and Gamebreaker Media. Click the link below or the annotation to receive a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook on Audible.com. Audible.com has a huge selection of audiobooks, so if you're into that thing, you can listen onto your computer or mobile devices. One book I would recommend is Star Wars Heir to the Empire. Excellent, excellent book. Or if you're into the World of Warcraft lore, I would definitely check out Arthas. Very, very good book. Thank you once again.